shop.
So you guys went into
You went into the dark art shop.
You went into the dark arts shop.
And bought
Oh yeah, I have a book I need to read. I have a book I need to read.
Cover to cover, eh?
Apart from the ring.
That...
Apart from the ring.
Which was the best, wasn't it? Like...
Yeah, I mean, basically the ring was an item in which, basically, if you taught it a word and then you gave it to somebody, and then once the person who was wearing the ring spoke that word, they would insta-die, if I'm not mistaken, right, Brooke?
You're...
Not instantly. It would be very loud and very suffering.
Yeah, I think that was the...
I thought it was supposed to be like a heart attack or...
No, so I think you've got insta-kill poison.
Yeah.
You've got the dagger. The roll the dice dagger. You've got the book, which is Mythic Stage. You've got the lantern.
The lantern.
And yeah, you have this... Was it a ring or a necklace?
That's right. That's just lantern.
Was it a ring?
The worst!
No, let's not.
Oh yeah, the lantern that just goes ah every time you open it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course,
like, out of all
like,
of the things,
I'm having that.
Yeah,
I'm fucking having that.
I actually have an idea for the reading of the book, by the way.
Okay.
I was thinking I'd split myself. Then
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
Then,
I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks.
And then I could and not read it with my eye, but read it with the other eye. See if that works.
Yeah, remember though, 2 bodies, 1 mind.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying not read it with my eye, but with the cursed eye.
Oh, okay.
See what happens.
That'd be fucking hilarious if you managed to kill the thing that's been in your head the entire time.
Using a fucking cursed book.
Oh, but it stays there, and it's just limp and dead.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then it slowly starts to rot, and the flies would be flying around your bandage hell all
Good thing
the
it's
time.
like a gem in there. A squishy gem.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Is it squishy?
I don't
Is it
know.
rubber?
I don't know. Still, yeah.
Oh, I've just had a cup of coffee, and I am ready to lecture you all.
Oh no.
You sound oddly awake, David.
Yeah.
This is
I've just had a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but when did you wake
so
up?
it's gonna last half an hour.
I don't know.
I feel like I was gonna say, like, David usually turns up to a D&D session either I've been awake for 38 hours, guys, or I just woke up. What's up?
No, I got 8 hours last night, and I had a cup of coffee. Woo!
Yeah, I'm about to turn your mic away the fuck down.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, so that was just the shop, though. You guys met up with Dude and on the caravan and went on the caravan, fought a worm, saved some miners, bought some shit.
Fought a worm?
I don't know
some
if
drugs.
Oh, worm?
More like a maggot.
Oh, worm?
You got some drugs, Dave, didn't you?
I got some drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just did it on the street.
You got told off by a dude for smoking drugs out in public, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the culture. There's other people smoking there. So.
Meanwhile, in the boring part of this campaign, Mila sat in front of a fire reading a book in the lobby of the hotel.
Ooh, I could make.
That was Mila's
book.
Oh yes!
Make her read the book. Ooh, this is an interesting plan.
She's not interested in your book. It wasn't written by a high elf, therefore it's of no. It's of no meaning.
So what did I say the book did?
Murder me?
That's right. Yeah.
No, basically,
Expansion.
Read all the names inside the book.
No, that's a
No,
different.
that was a different book that no one bought.
This one, if I'm not mistaken, the book gives you like an unfathomable amount of knowledge, but will like kill you.
Yeah.
Or it has a chance of killing you. I forget if it was.
No, it for
It
sure
kills you.
kills you.
Yep.
So are you gonna do that, huh?
Well, the question is, how does it kill? If it kills me and I can be revived by.
You don't know, do you?
We can try.
It's
worth trying.
It doesn't say.
It's gonna
Maybe
bother
just
him
having
so
the
much that
knowledge
he's
is
going to
lethal.
eventually do it.
Yeah, so if you get rest, maybe you just die again.
Isn't it a very, very good thing that we happen to have an NPC that you yourself had created beforehand, just in case Asmodean does read this book and die?
I don't want Asmodean to die.
Do it.
Can I make him read the book? Can I make him?
No, he doesn't want to. I have that NPC now.
Oh,
Until you
God.
lose Asmodean,
That
Liam
NPC
is mine. Yeah, Liam is mine.
Oh god.
He's like, oh, bugs. What's a bug?
Asmodean will not read the book as of yet.
Get ready to hand that character sheet
Asmodean
right
on
back
his
over.
death-
But I thought
On
you
his
can't.
deathbed, he will
I'm
read this
lowering
book.
Liam's intelligence modifier as we speak. Oh,
So you can't fucking read.
now
He just
7.
became a
No,
jock
fuck
elf.
you! Why are you touching my Liam? Fuck you.
I'm raising his Chad points though.
Oh, it's Chad Thundercock coming out.
Nah, it's fine, it's fine. I'm not gonna read the book yet. I will have to figure out a way of surviving.
What a weird looking dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Why'd they cast
Ew.
him?
He looks fake.
Who?
Chancellor Palpatine.
What? What are you talking?
Do it.
Why?
Do
Why are you
it.
linking?
Do it.
Do it. Do it. I really want to read the book, but I don't want my character to die. Fuck you, all of you.
Yeah, this is why I'm so happy I gave it to you. Hey,
Read the
Mythix,
damn book.
Mythix,
This is
did
nobody
you,
else.
I'm sorry, did you want 22 intelligence? Oh, here you go. Here you go. Fuck.
A book that may or may not kill you.
Brooke,
And may or may not
Well,
give
if
you.
there was a chance, Asmodean would do it, but there's no chance. It's just you will die. There's a
Alright,
chance
okay.
that guy may have revived.
DM question. Not because I want to see Asmodean die, but just because I want to see what happens. Surely, DM, because of Asmodean's intellect, he would have to do some sort of a roll to see if he would actually not. If he would be tempted to read the book.
All you would know is that everyone who has read the book has died.
No, no. What I
Can
mean
I-
is like he has to roll like a wisdom saving throw to see if he's tempted to.
You don't
read
know.
the book.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. As for,
He
I
should
think,
do a roll
I
to
think,
see if he can.
I think
Can I do some
Frank is
checks on
dealing.
it?
Frank is dealing with an internal wisdom saving throw right now. I don't need to make him roll.
Oh, okay,
anything.
fair enough.
Can
I
I
think
do
the
some
conflict is
intelligence
real
check
here.
on it?
The
Can I do
conflict
some
is real.
arcana checks on it, maybe? Can I
You
do
can
some-
inspect it. Let's just get back into the session. I think we did like a very sloppy recap there, but it's been a while. It's
Well,
honestly,
also,
it's been a
we-
while, and it feels like we might as well just like. I'll just do a natural reintroduction as we get back into the session.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that you guys are spending the night here. That you're making a pit stop in the town of Lansfall, along the capital highway. Basically, it's this huge road that goes directly from the capital of Midrealm straight to the capital city of Thrice, where the Emperor lives. And you've just crossed the Thrice border. You've been searched. And you now have 1 day before you're back on the road towards the capital. You are very shortly to be joined by 2 members of the royal court, known as the Executioner. There's 8 members of this organization, and 2 of them are going to be joining you for the next stretch of journey. But you haven't bumped into those guys yet. You've been joined by one chancellor dude who's just kind of escorting you. He's kind of like a diplomat. And you are also in tow with some of your elven companions who are kind of orchestrating this whole mission. So yeah, you guys are now back in the hotel. You've got some drugs, you've got some crazy voodoo shit.
Cool.
You're at a table eating and talking. So where are we at? What's happening? Someone was asking me questions. You wanted to Arcana check?
Yeah,
right?
I wanted to just check the book, learn something about it, maybe. See if I can.
Just the
Fine.
first page, Asmodean.
No, not the first man.
Yeah,
I
okay. So I
I
believe the
think
things
reading
you were
this
told.
book-
You were
Yeah.
told that upon finishing the final page of the book, everybody who has read it dies. Okay. I believe you did a detect magic,
Yeah, I think
on the
so.
book, and you know that's how you found it in the first place. You've
Yeah,
singled
it's-
out 2 magical books, this being one of them.
Must read the book, Asmodean.
So yeah, it's
Only the first couple of pages.
it's fairly big. It's like the size of an encyclopedia. It's not super thick, but it's big, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about hang on. It's about
I'm
2
just-
inches, 2 inches thick and about the size, maybe a little bit bigger, like lead flat, not open, than an A4 piece of paper.
Okay.
Sounds like something else I know.
God.
Someone had to.
So can
Behave.
I do a? Can I Like, do I kind of check on it? Maybe
course you
learn
can.
more. Let me check.
Did nobody? By the way, like, did nobody invite me to dinner? Am I just on my own? Am I?
I'm guessing
No,
you're
no, no,
there
you're
as
here.
well.
Like, yeah, I mean, so is Sareem and the Marla and stuff. You know, like your whole entourage, including there's a lot of Frisian kind of like troops that are escorting you guys as well. Okay,
Oh.
28. So this is obviously a very magical spell tome.
Yeah,
Are you opening the book or just inspecting the cover?
Just yeah, I don't think I'm opening it yet. I'm worried that if I start reading, then I'm locked in, and it will automatically may force me to read it
The
until
book
the
is
end.
bound. The book is bound with magical leather.
Yeah.
Not human. I'm trying to think of a magical beast that would fit this purpose.
Unicorn.
Giant snake.
Horse god.
Maybe something like unicorn. Throw
Giant
ideas at me,
worm?
guys. Throw ideas at
Listen.
me.
Giant worm?
Giant snake. Dragon.
No, not dragon.
I think it's just a zebra. Zebra skin.
Manticore.
Manticore.
Beholder.
A chimera.
Hmm.
A
Flip.
Death Note book.
I go with that. If it's just got Death Note written on the front of it.
Death Note.
You open it up and it's
Just
just
a
you.
skull.
A hippopotamus that actually has 2 giant antlers. That sounds fairly mythical, right?
Isn't that actually a thing?
Is it?
Of course it is. Everything has already been created.
A leopard that's got 2 heads and 3 arses.
That's always the problem, isn't it?
A
Like,
Sounds
griffin.
efficient.
nothing is original anymore.
A hippocampus.
I'm
Hippodrome.
gonna say Hydra skin.
Hydra.
Yeah, Hydra skin.
Yeah, we fucked one of those.
You did.
Regular as clockwork. There's that 3-legged cat out in the garden again.
Something
Oh,
to do with
where's his leg gone?
I don't know!
David got
I've
hungry
been saying
one
this
night.
for weeks. Nobody ever pays
Oh.
attention to me.
You said
There's a
it had
three-
an extra leg.
No, it's got 3. No, it's a
David, give
3-legged cat.
Nathan, give him one of your legs.
I mean, well, I
Don't be
would,
selfish.
but you know,
Distraction.
So first I'm gonna amputate it and then shrink it down and then glue black fur to it and then give it to the cat.
He'd probably just nibble it and run off with it.
Yeah. Oh, it looks really cute and horrible at the same time though, because one of its back legs is gone. It kind of does this weird tripod walk thingy where its arse is bobbing up and down. It's adorable, but also really sad.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
haven't
so
learned anything.
it's bound in Hydra skin, very enchanted. There is one of those. It's dusty and it's clearly been in storage for a long time. But other than that, it's relatively well preserved.
Mhm.
Looks quite old. This is like probably several centuries old. It has one of those like cool little locks on it. You can actually lock the tome, you know.
Mhm.
But the
Secret diary.
it's like it's got the 2 rings for it, but there's no lock. Like you could, if you wanted to, buy a lock and unlock it, a small lock and lock it, but it doesn't have one on right now.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
nothing
mean,
else.
there's not a whole lot more you can learn without opening the book.
So tempting.
I
to
can't.
just open it and
What
put it
if
in
I
front of them.
identify spelled on it?
Read the
What
book
does that?
has no
Like,
You can try and do an identify spell on it, yeah, but the thing is like you do know that identify is hang on, link identify and we'll figure this out, because if something has a very unique and specific like
Yeah.
curse, I don't know how deep identify can
I learned
do.
this from Monk. Oh.
Oh,
He's dead now.
a pearl worth
Did he read
100
the
gold
book?
and an owl feather.
Okay, yeah, so identify is actually quite a simple spell. It's a magic item. You learn its properties and how to use them. So you learn that the magical properties of this book are in its pages. It's meant to be read. How to use them. It does not require attunement to use. It doesn't use charges. No spells are affecting the book. It's magical by its own nature.
Ooh.
Do I
It was
learn
not-
like
it was created by it was created by a lengthy process, which is very clearly specific and unique. So it has no name, you know. You do pick up on roll a. I'm gonna make you roll another Arcana check here.
Sure, I'll try again. See how
to see how much you can interpret from your identify.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So the enchantment, it's meant to strengthen you, basically.
Do I learn anything like? Does it? If you start reading, would it like in a sense? If I start reading it right away,
You get the impression, that this whole book needs to be finished and within a certain amount of time for the effect to take place.
Okay.
You believe the effect is that it would increase your intelligence. However, there is extra stuff that you can't really pin down. It doesn't seem good though. That's you
Having
get
fun over there, Asmodean?
but it's like I don't think identify is meant to be like
No.
in something. Yeah, it's like something simple like a sword that is on fire. Sure, if it was like a I'm not saying this is what the book is, but let's talk about like Craven Edge, right? The fact that sword was like killed Grog and stole his soul and tried to steal his soul. That one to come up with an identify spell. You know, some magical items go deeper than what's on the surface, and I don't think identify is meant to tell you everything.
It's most like this book's for deathbed.
You want that? You want that?
Oh, it's hard.
So at this point, I kind of like look at Kieran. I just go, "Is it really wise of him to have this book?" I mean,
Kieran just looks back at you and shrugs. Like, if anybody's wise enough to have it, it would be him. I wouldn't give it to anybody else.
Could we be certain he won't be tempted to read it? His untimely death might put certain strains on the mission.
Can we be certain? No.
Well,
Wait,
hold on. Would Milan know that it's going to kill him?
It was sold this way. It was sold.
She wasn't there.
It was
She wasn't there, though.
advertised as a death.
How far
okay,
away-
Sure, that would have been passed on. I'm sure.
Okay.
How far away are we from the Thracian people, by the way?
Like which Frisian people? Like the
Like any.
capital?
As in,
You're
not as in
in
like
an
the represent-
establishment. You're in an establishment.
Right.
A
Okay.
fairly formal, like a hotel, basically.
So again, I will probably lean into to Kieran again, and I would say, so did you pick up anything else?
I didn't.
So other people did. What did they buy?
I got some drugs.
Some horrible things.
You bought some drugs.
Yes.
Did any? Why?
You might want to keep
Why
it there.
not?
Yeah, I love Finn.
Reminder,
Flynn's just like, I bought drugs.
Remind Flynn, drug use is legal if it's done privately.
Well, I'm not smoking it here. Just got them. Just in my bag. Just chilling.
Why?
Why not?
Why not indeed? But why?
That's my answer. Why not? You fuck off. Why don't you buy some?
I don't need drugs.
Might calm her down a little bit.
It's not about needing, or wanting.
Exactly.
I don't want them either.
Oh,
Some
that's
gnomes,
fair enough.
halflings just gotta get some shit, you know.
Did you just say some gnomes?
I said gnomes first by accident. I realised I'm not actually a gnome. I'm a halfling.
This drug
How
really
much-
did a number on you.
Just about to say that. I'm glad you all had an enjoyable afternoon.
And did you get anything?
Yes, some time to myself.
So I did
Ooh.
much better than you.
No, I got some time away from you. I would say
Maybe
that
I
was...
could give the king these drugs, and he could go.
Could
do
you
that.
like stop saying these things out loud?
My thoughts exactly,
Good
Kieran.
idea. I think we probably shouldn't talk about like any of this stuff.
Asmodeus is just constantly staring at his book.
He's in a fucking mental war.
I want to reach over.
Asmodeus, would you like me to put the book somewhere away from you? Would that make you happier?
Oh, let her read it. That'd be great.
Can I?
No, thank you.
Can I reach over and just open the book
Oops.
from her?
Oh god!
It's
Do you let
bound.
that happen? No, it's not. It can be bound, but it's not.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm staring at him. I'm not holding it. I'm just staring.
Oh, it's just on
So
the
it's
table.
like flat on the
Yeah, it's on
table.
the
So
table, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so Dusty flips open the cover.
Dusty!
It doesn't go to like the first page. A few, because it's like old and shit. A few pages go with it, and it opens like just to a like 2 walls of text basically on like one open page. It is in a hang on.
As what you already read.
You know what? I honestly, I have a picture in mind. This is like kind of what I was expecting it to look like. Just like when it flips to a random page. Like that's it.
No, just the first word. The only word that you see in the book is "you're fucked, you're fucked, you're fucked, you're fucked." Okay.
I don't believe any of you guys can read this.
What language is it? Let me see.
Hang
How
on.
do we do this secretly? They're revealing.
Well,
I have a lot of languages.
I can speak a few languages as well.
I mean, you can also cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hang on.
See,
Hang on,
can
no,
do
I don't know if
common,
this has a
elvish,
written
Roman,
version.
Celestial, primordial, dwarven.
Should we all like paste what languages do you know?
I know Elvish, Dwarvish, Little Folk, Celestial, and Sylvian.
Why would you know little folk? You would not have.
What are you goddamn business, Asmodeus?
You're curious.
she's got a little
Thing.
folk fetish. I know. Common.
It's
and,
like when people learn Japanese to read dojins.
I feel attacked.
I don't like your tone.
I'm gonna say it's in
Please don't say Underdark again.
no, it's not. The thing is, I want it to be. Sure, no, fuck it. I'm gonna make my own rules here. Yeah. So yes, everyone say the spicy languages they have. I don't care about dwarvish and shit.
Common and little folk.
Yeah, those are mild. Don't.
Those are the only ones I know.
Primordial.
Celestial and Sylvian.
Celestial Infernal.
Oh, I have
Asmodeus?
celestial. It's amazing. We should just start talking in celestial.
That'd be pretty fun.
What were your
Celestial
languages
and
again?
primordial.
Primordial.
But you
Okay,
can
yeah.
use
No
comprehend.
one can comprehend it. It looks weird.
It's not
It
giant,
looks-
right?
Not a script we know.
No,
I'm
it's not
closing-
giant.
I'm closing the book right away when I'm like, so I've seen the page, so I can remember it. Can I use that to, in a sense, because I
That's
remember the
cheating,
page.
Asmodeus.
That's
Remember
reading the
page,
book.
Could I? No, only I've remembered the book. I've not read it. Can I now, out of memory, use the spell comprehend languages and use that to see?
But then you've read it. Just because you don't comprehend it doesn't mean you can't read it.
Well, that's the thing. I'm wondering.
Like
is that
I
cheat?
could
Like,
read
I would
a
just flip through all
book
the
in
pages
German
if I
and
could
still
do
have read
that.
the book. I just don't know what the fuck it's about.
Well, in a sense, we would just read the book, but not read the book.
You can't read the book.
I mean,
No,
I thought
can't
like
read
the
the book.
thing about the book
I
is that
I don't know the language until
That
I.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't bullshit this one.
He's trying now.
He's
I'm
trying.
trying.
Oh, he's trying.
Yeah, will you allow it?
He wants to so
I don't
bad.
know. That seems stupid. That seems like a
Yeah.
really dumb. That seems like a really dumb way to use that feat.
The feet is annoying.
I don't
anyway.
know. I don't know if you can do that. No, I'm gonna say no because I think comprehend languages doesn't work that way.
Okay.
I think comprehend languages. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would. I think that's just a little too cheese. Yeah.
Mental. I'm just gonna photocopy the entire book and then.
But that's still reading it.
I know that's no.
I mean, the
it's
moment you
not.
cast comprehend languages, you would have technically have read it because you know everything that's in it.
Ah, but does that mean like in order for this death curse to apply, do you have to read it from the page itself, or
That's the question. That's the
That's a
entire
question.
Also, it doesn't. Most likely, the text in it is not the important thing. You have to read the specific book, and then the effect will take place.
Or maybe like even get away from the book and then cast comprehend languages. Yeah, maybe even like copy it and then get away. Yeah, she wouldn't allow it, but I'm just thinking.
I could try copying it page for page and like writing it down, but without knowing the letters, am I
Let's
reading?
just photocopy it.
But yeah, that still carries a risk.
Don't worry,
because
guys.
that
I'll just get my
could
iPhone
just
out and take
trigger
a
it.
picture and then send it to
I
my
don't
friends
think you'll get the
again.
benefits of that.
Exactly, you won't
If
get
you
the
do it that
benefits,
way.
but maybe I at least read the book. That's Asmodean's thing. He has to have read the book. It doesn't matter. It's a book he hasn't read yet.
Well, yeah, I think Asmodean will just keep pondering these dilemmas for a while.
Yeah.
Anything else anyone wants to do? Before we move the clock forward a little?
I want to take some drugs that make me feel good. IRL, I feel like shit.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm gonna go back to muted so I can actually like.
Cough in peace.
Yeah.
Cool. And if anyone else?
Don't believe so.
Cool. So, I'll say that you guys have a relatively nice night of sleep, a decent bed for once because you've been kind of traveling on the road, all kind of crammed into a relatively decent cabbage, but it's obviously very cramped. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I have my compendium of languages. Check that. So at least I know what language it is.
Ah, interesting.
I bought that when we were looking into.
That can definitely help.
Yeah.
So in the morning, you guys are met by your elven companions, as well as what's his name? On here somewhere. Okay, it's further up. Haster Mundoon, the palace envoy.
Haster Mundoon.
He's been with you the whole time. He's the dude who you asked if you can go save the miners, and he was like, "Sure, the king would like that, I guess."
Cool.
I'm really yawny right now. Hopefully, I can get all this out.
I don't pass it on to everybody else.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's hurting.
Can that be done over Discord? I
Fuck
thought
yeah,
it was
I
like.
I just
Obviously.
fucking
It's
started
the
yawning,
sound.
yeah.
It's the sound.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You do it to me.
It's the sound or even just
Across-
talking about yawning.
Across the
Across
ocean, I
oceans.
fucking yawned.
Hey. Powerful yawns.
Yeah.
Anyway, Haster Mundoon.
Yeah. Yeah, he's you guys don't like him, he's boring as shit. And he's
Yeah.
just like really dry and like official and all
Official.
business. Yeah, he doesn't vibe with this party particularly well. So he comes to like round you guys up, and he is accompanied by two individuals, relatively imposing individuals. The one whose attention you're drawn to first is a huge, like, humanoid figure in full plate, head to foot, standing about, you would have to guess, at least 8 foot tall. Yeah. And wide as well. Like, it's not like he's skinny, he's huge. Think like the
He's a wide
mountain, but
boy.
if the mountain was clearly not human, you know? Like at least another foot taller than that. Yeah, he's in full, really quite clean white plate mail armor, very ornate, with like a small amount of blue detailing to it, and he is carrying a huge greatsword. Like, we are literally talking, like Buster Sword kind of proportions on this thing. It must weigh like at least a ton.
Fuck.
I want that.
Good sir, I would like to barter your sword.
And the
The
sword
only-
as well is
Final Fantasy 7.
no, it's not
No?
quite. It's not like a slab of metal like a lot of those
Yeah.
greatsword designs are. It is thinner and it's more like an actual blade. It's just really, really long. It's like Kirin's, but like much bigger.
Here's just sitting here like big ass sword. Big ass sword.
Yeah, the sword is
first thing Kieran's wanted in
probably
ages.
the sword's probably about 9 foot long.
Kieran's like, I want
Like
to
it's
carry
taller.
that.
It is actually taller than he is. And it is very well detailed as well. With kind of the metal itself is kind of dark, like almost grey, more towards black than white. And standing beside him, tiny in comparison, is a lady, a very pale lady with long blonde hair. She has very ornate white leather armor with red detailing, and she carries a single rapier at her side. She has quite a large hat. It's a type of hat that's quite local, it's a Frisian hat with a really wide rim, kind of like a medieval sombrero. Is like the best way I can describe it. Yeah, kind of like French. I think French like musketeers and shit had those kind of hats.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
Yeah. No feathers in it though. No, but it is white to match her armor. And yeah, you can actually see her face. The dude in full plate has like a full helmet on. Like you can't even like see his eyes through the tiny slits in his plate helmet.
Nice.
And he's kind of standing back. He's clearly not the talker of the two of them. As the woman is introduced by Hastamundun as Executioner Maitassian. At which point she kind of steps forward, extends a hand out to whoever's closest, and says, "Oh, please, just call me Lady Maitassian."
Well, Executioner sounds way better.
I don't like it. It's a rather unpleasant title.
Well, true.
It's an old title. It comes with the job, I'm afraid. Yes, so we are, my friend Hrongar and I are to escort you. He's not much for conversation, I'm afraid, but he is rather devastating with that sword, as you can imagine. It should be a pretty calm journey, I think, up to the capital, up to the citadel. So, yeah, let me know if there's any places you want to stop along the way, but it should be another 4 days of easy travel. So let me know when you've got your things, and we'll get going again.
Wait, where are things?
Your things are with you.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's get going.
Other than the things that were kind of like confiscated, quote unquote, confiscated at the border. Yeah, most of your stuff's with you.
So are we like switching cards? Is that why
no,
we need to get our things?
No. You're at a hotel.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
I say we get to it. No point wasting
Yeah.
any more time here.
Agreed.
Let's go.
Very good. If you'll follow me. And you'll notice now that 2 more carriages have kind of joined the procession. And they're all kind of lined up by the road outside the hotel, with armed guards like just flanking both sides of the road around them. Once you guys get into yours, you can see one of the new carriages, which is quite clearly very official looking, and it's the one that the executioner is getting in. when Hrongar gets in it, the whole fucking thing drops like a foot on its wheels. The dude is hench, to say the least. He's a unit.
Absolute unit.
Sounds comfy.
Yeah. It does seem that like specific modifications have been made to this particular carriage. It's got a very tall roof, and you can see the medieval equivalent of suspension on the wheels that lets it sink down when he gets in it. Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, and it's pulled by huge horses as well. Huge horses. They're kind of like even bigger than Shire horses. Actually, I was just looking at the. Hang on. This is what they look like.
Prepare yourself, Hansa.
And I was like, I just sighed and was like, fucking horses.
Where's that picture? Here we go.
If it's a normal horse, it's fine.
It's not a normal horse. This thing is something out of Greek legend. Hang on, let me get.
But it's not like an ugly horror horse.
Oh no, it's not a horror horse.
That's what
it's
I mean.
This is the horse that Odin would ride.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I like
Check
it's a normal horse. Yeah, yeah.
That is not a normal horse.
It's not a
That's a
normal
horse that Kieran could ride.
That's a horse that spent the last 7 years in a gym. What the?
That is the biggest horse ever grown, ever.
I can believe that.
What was his name?
Was its mother an elephant?
Brooklyn Supreme, almost 2 meters tall and weighed almost 1.5 tons. So these are this is a type of horse native to this kind of area of the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like a pony, but upscaled.
It does. It does look like photoshops in a way.
Sorry, Brick, what were their
it's
names?
Big.
Just,
The name of the horse?
No, the name of
The executioners?
executioner.
Mytasian.
Yeah, executionist.
Mytasian and Hrongar.
Hrongar.
Yeah.
Hongar?
Hrongar.
Damn, I actually spelled them right.
I don't know.
I didn't actually Google check these names. Make sure I'm not plagiarizing. No, Hrongar literally takes me to the Elder Scrolls wiki. Fuck this. God damn it. It's from Skyrim. Oh, I know that dude. He's oh my god. He's in Whiterun.
And they're both executioners.
Oh,
Yeah, they're both executioners. You know, there's 8 of these. It's kind of like Kingsguard in Game of Thrones. There's always like a set number of them, and when one passes on, someone else is brought in to fill the role. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are very much like the Royal Guard or the King's Guard. Yeah, and their unique title of executioner really is kind of like speaking to the flavor of the place you're in.
Yeah.
So yeah, another 2 days of travel, fairly uneventful. Really kind of starting to near the end of your stretch here. The weather is getting far more wintry. You're kind of entering about the halfway point of autumn. But as you are,
been traveling? How long have we been traveling?
The whole journey was supposed to take you about a month. Yeah, I think you've made decent time though, so it's probably a little shorter than that. But yeah, I'm going to put you about halfway through autumn, and in a place this elevated and this far north, you are starting to see lots of mountains covered in snow, and about this point in the journey, there is a fair amount of snow on the sides of the road as well. There is a lot of work takes place during the winter to keep this road clear. A lot of work.
Yeah,
and you can see utilities at certain points as well for this. You know, like I'm sure there were carts back in the day, like basically plow carts or something.
Yeah. No, I was still working on those rings.
Oh yeah. How far in did you get?
Well, that's the thing. We said it would take a month. That's why I keep asking about the time. So.
Oh, well, didn't I say you would get them all done by the time you reach?
Yeah.
Destination.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you finish now then.
Okay. Then
Wow.
I
So who
pass out.
who was that for? That was for Mila.
Everyone.
and-
I
yeah?
actually made it 2 extras.
Oh
Because
my
it
god,
was-
do I
yeah.
really have hiccups?
I made 2 extras
I'm
just to
annoyed.
have because people keep
op-
dying.
Okay,
so-
true.
and disappearing. So I have 2 extras, and I give the people that didn't have them have them.
Okay, so everyone has rings now.
Communication ring. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
communication
a,
rings.
It's not
I can't wear rings.
It's not a ring, is it?
It is
Yeah,
a ring, yeah.
communication ring,
Is Flynn's
I would have
ears
known
pierced?
that, so I would have made a given him
Could
a
it be
I
like
would've
an
liked
Make him like an earring.
Earring?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
earring.
an earring for him.
It
But
just
I'm
needs
not,
to be worn.
it's not the gay
human.
side, it's the straight side, just to be clear.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
What now? Yeah, what?
I forgot about that.
Is
I
that
forgot.
a
I
thing?
forgot.
forgot
It
how
was a thing. I'm almost
It
certain.
was a
of it,
thing,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Like we're talking like 50s, 60s, like pre-decriminalization gay code. Yeah. And like there was a handkerchief code as well. Like the color handkerchief you had at your back pocket said what you were into.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So-
at least can meta a little bit, not too much, a little bit.
Yeah, you have some meta privileges restored now. Cool. So you're now hooked into the network, guys. New
It's
guys.
fucking Franklin's meta bullshit.
The carriages come to a stop at some point into the second day of travel. This happens occasionally. Sometimes there's something happening. Literally once you had to stop because a huge fucking herd of sheep were being moved across the road. Which anyone who lives in the countryside knows is a regular occurrence around farms, just stock rotations. So literally like a few hundred sheep were being shepherded from one field on one side of the road to another. And the farmers were there just very profusely apologizing.
If you live in the countryside, the farmers don't normally
No,
apologize.
the farmers don't normally apologize at all. I've stopped roads. I've had to stop roads,
David
and you just get to
dropped.
look so fucking smug at the dude in his fucking BMW who's so busy, got to be somewhere. It's like, no,
And you're just giving them the finger, like, fuck off.
no, just arms crossed, smiling in my wellies.
In your wellies with a stick.
Yeah, and occasionally there's probably like a bit of snow on the road as well that they want to clear. But this time, you hear a knocking at your cabin door, and Lady Mytasian opens it, and you notice now that she has a raven is perched on her shoulder, and she says, I've received some reports. We're going to be diverting course.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to be taking the procession off the highway. Just a precaution. I've had some scouting reports come in that there might be a little bit of trouble waiting for us ahead. So
What?
yeah, we're just gonna
what kind of trouble?
giant trouble.
As in, like,
There's been
which one?
some giants spotted in the area. Yeah, so we're just trying to keep things moving. It might add about half a day to our journey, but it's probably on the safe side. So just letting you know, things might get a little bit more bumpy for the next couple of days.
We can't help with the giant problem. Maybe. See.
Well, I mean, the giants aren't anything we worry about, you know, but they do have a tendency to hurl huge rocks at the carriages and break them before we can shoo them off. So that would slow us down considerably. So just staying out of their way for now is best. We've dispatched 3 of the executioners to the area to try to see if we can get rid of them. Yeah, the frost giants in this area do tend to harry the road as much as possible. It's just something. It's fine. So not something you have to worry about. It's just part of our kind of regular duties up this far north. Anyway,
Duties
yeah,
are
we'll
the
be
worst.
moving again very soon. So just letting you guys know what the change of plans was. And she closes the.
When she walks away, I want to cast detect magic to see if Raven on her any magic items she has on.
What's the range on detect magic? Isn't it kind of
30 feet?
30 feet. Sure. Her sword is magic. Several pieces of jewelry. Funny enough, her hat is magical as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, nothing too complicated, you don't think? The raven is not magical.
I think detect magic tells you the type of magic as well.
Sure.
I was
I'm
mostly
curious.
focused on the raven,
What's the
but
magic
yeah,
on the hat?
Yeah.
Honestly.
The hat is enchantment.
Okay.
Might be,
That's how she gets the raven.
or she could be hiding who she is, what she looks like. Be a hat of disguise.
Maybe she's a raven too.
No, that would be an illusion type magic.
It would be.
What was it? Sorry.
Yeah, there's no illusion magic on it.
Enchantment.
Sorry. Enchantment. Okay.
Yeah, enchantment.
Okay.
I think
It was just
typically
I just wanted to do that. I wanted to see if I.
No, it's fine. Cool. So another day passes, and the a little bumpy was definitely an understatement. I think Kieran's head probably smacks into the roof of the carriage a few times.
It's alright, it's got pins on it now.
I was going to say, I imagine now that's going to damage the top of the carriage more than Kieran. So there's like a little bit of splintered wood above Kieran's head.
Oh, I should roll for
Keo, you're probably the top of your head is probably pushed up into the fucking wood anyway, so
Yeah.
not too bad for you. But yeah, it's not super pleasant. You can see that you're going along more of a dirt road now. It's still relatively level, but because the ground is so hard, it makes like every kind of bump way worse. With the ground being frozen.
Yeah.
You'd imagine this road would actually be quite fine, quite a smooth journey during summer. But yeah, you spend one more night sleeping, and then you're on your final full day of travel. So you'll be arriving tomorrow, when all of a sudden, car crash style, your carriage is upside down. And
Worm number 2.0? Worm 2.0 is here already?
Worm 2.0 is here already. So the way this kind of works is you're literally just riding along and you like nothing is heard, then all of a sudden the whole carriage is just like, it literally feels like you're in a car and you just got T-boned. The carriage rolls onto its roof, slides along the ground. You hear obviously a huge crash, and you can hear shouting and more crashing all around you now.
Fucked up.
I want to do a first off, hang on. I'm going to get a dice roll up for this session. It's always easy on typing it. I love this ancient fucking... There's literally this 1995 web roller that D&D's had. Like, this is so ancient, they've just never updated it, but it's so functional.
I think I used it.
It's so good. I love this thing. Okay. Each of you guys takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage, basically just car crash damage, as you're all flung around the cabin.
We have 17 temporary hit points, right? Still?
Was that from a Inspiring Leader thing?
Yeah, he said he would do it every morning or something.
Okay, sure. Just gonna, yeah.
There.
I would say that is this Dave's thing?
Yeah.
Sure. I would just say that it's just road songs. They're kind of doing the job for
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so 5 left.
Yeah. So you're all down to 5 bonus hit points. And we're basically, I want to do kind of a... I'm going to give you guys all initiative at disadvantage for this.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
As you're literally trying to crawl out of the wreckage. And there's going to be some kind of check for each of
Oof.
you to kind of crawl out of the wreckage here.
Oh, wow.
Do we need to click on
Game sucks.
Just need to ask one.
4. Great.
Brooke, would I be sitting on my pillow or not? Just wondering.
You're in a carriage, of course
Yeah.
not.
I can still be sitting on the pillow. Just wondering. Like.
Yeah, you might have been sat on the pillow
Yeah.
to make it comfier than the
Yeah.
seat. But I mean,
Yeah, that's mostly just.
yeah.
I was thinking about it, but I never said it, so I was like, I don't know if that's if you would allow me to keep it or not. That's your.
Sure.
It could take 12 damage because it can take damage and it only has 30 health. So.
Okay, guys, get your disadvantaged initiative on the
Sorry.
thing. Dusty, you're
Yes.
8, yeah?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I bother rolling sometimes.
Mila, were you 1? Yeah,
Yeah.
1. Monk, you are 4. You've got
Mhm.
that. Kieran, you are 6.
Oh, 2. Nice.
Flynn, Mithrix is 2.
Yeah, some
I-
great rolls there.
I do. Good.
This is what I wanted, though. This is literally kind of like you guys are going to be rather late to this battle, as you have to like literally crawl your way out of the fucking flipped cart.
Yeah.
15 though on Flynn.
I already activated my Sandals of Melira as things started skidding, so I can very coolly just drift out.
Well, how?
Floats out.
The doors are closed and we're not.
So yeah, so it's on its roof at the minute.
Oh.
And one end. Okay, so what you're at, I'll say this to Flynn because you're the first to act here. You got ping ponged around this place, and you actually ended up mostly cushioned by Kyo's like thigh. So you're actually you can actually spring out here. Nothing's on top of you. You're small, kind of agile. There is a broken window literally right next to you that you think you can just kind of duck underneath and crawl out. Dave, tell me he's here. And you
Sorry,
can't-
I am here. I'm just.
No,
like-
Dave!
no worries.
I will. Yeah, I will check that I'm all right.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
care about
okay. I
anybody
mean, you
else.
literally. So when it hit, you smacked into the roof of the. You literally just like the dude in the first episode of Lost just launched into the roof of the carriage and then settled down on Kyo's lap
Oh.
for the
Okay.
for the rest of it. Yeah.
I mean, in that case, I will.
Spend the round enjoy.
I will. I mean, I'll try and open. Oh, it's there.
It's not
Door?
open. It's so literally right next to you is
Okay.
a kind of squished kind of open window panel.
Okay.
It's open. There was no glass in it. It was
Yeah.
like just latticed wood that's kind of
Yeah.
popped off now. You can literally just roll off Kyo's lap and out through this
Okay.
little thing.
I will try and do that.
Okay, cool. Give me a athletics check to just kind of like crawl through this, or acrobatics if you're feeling nimble.
I mean, both are shit.
Surely acrobatics must be better.
Acrobatics is actually a dex based, so I'll go with that.
Yeah. That's fine. You end up using pretty much all of your movement to kind of basically pull yourself through this thing. You get a little bit stuck in the middle there, but you manage to wiggle through. And you're kind of like literally upside down pulling yourself through this.
Okay.
You are in a kind of a huge ravine that this road was coming along.
Yeah.
On the other side, where you can see, on the top of the ravine, you see a huge humanoid figure with a very large rock lifted above its head. As you like roll over a little bit, you see a bunch of Frisian soldiers with crossbows firing up, and then you see one of them just get absolutely splattered by a boulder.
Cool.
As you like roll and look the other way, you see the carriage ahead with the executioners in is also like it looks worse than yours. It's basically ripped in two on its side, not down on its side, and there is a huge icy boulder, literally just like on top of it.
So I'm guessing I would know that it's a giant since you've
This
just
is a
been
giant
briefed.
ambush. Yeah. This is a
We've
giant
just
ambush.
been we've just been briefed by it. I will
Yeah.
call out to everyone and say, guys, it's a giant ambush. I
With
would say
passion.
it with more
With more passion, sure.
but I can't.
I know. I'm not.
I just want to fucking die.
Beyond yonder hill.
Exactly.
You have no movement. You have no movement. You're right next to the carriage. Hang on. Let me put you. Just going to kind of pull us in here. We're not really using the battle map just yet, but I'm gonna put you guys like in place for now. So that's the giant you saw. Hang on. You are like here, and your guys' carriage was like here, and there's more carriages like here. That's the executioner's one above. That is just wrecked. There's one here which is relatively fine. It seems like the one behind you guys was missed. Like you see the horse. One of the horses in front of it is splattered. Please don't do that because that's
Wrecked.
Oh no. Yeah, one of the horses
I
is
didn't do it.
and the I don't know what it's called, but the wooden bit that connects the horses is snapped, kind of dropping it to the ground. But all of the troops managed to pile out of it, and there's about 12 dudes with crossbows kind of thronging around this way.
Okay. How high up is he again? Sorry.
Well, oh, there's new tools in this shit. What the fuck? Guys, the ruler tool
Oh
is
shit! I
new.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this down here is the troops, and they're all firing. There's several giants along this ridge, and that one as well. You can see.
You can
So
hide
can-
it now.
Do I see? Is that the only giant I see?
That's pretty much the only giant you can see because you're literally on your back.
That's nice. Hide
Yeah.
from others.
How
Fern.
high are they up from us?
It's about 40 feet up
40
on
feet.
this ridge.
Does
Yeah.
he see me?
I mean, this is the dude lifting the boulder. You can't really get a bead on where he's about to throw it.
Okay. I mean, I don't fucking know. What the fuck does a bar do against giants? No, I will just wait until everybody else had their turn. And
So you're
then
holding your action.
I'll hold my action until.
What
everybody
action
else-
are you holding?
Oh fuck! I don't even know. Like.
Come on, cast a spell.
I don't know what to fucking.
Blindness, deafness.
Yeah, it's not a harmful
Ooh.
spell, and you get this.
Oh, fuck it.
Good idea.
I will slap
Ooh.
and asleep I bite onto this motherfucker.
Cool.
Holy
So what
shit,
is that?
that's
Con
good stuff.
save?
Is it a con save? Fuck. No, I think it's wisdom.
Yeah, concentration save. Right? No,
Wisdom saving throw. Wait, no, it's second.
Constitution.
Wait, what?
Wisdom save.
Yes, that's
They're
what I
not
thought it
wise. They attacked our carriage. They're not wise at all.
was. 17 brick.
Oh. You see, he kind of stumbles forward, drops the boulder.
Mhm. I'm waiting.
Sure, I'm gonna give you this. He drops the boulder down, and it lands here.
Right on his toe.
It lands like right
Is
here.
it squish another horse?
It narrowly dodges the horses on your carriage.
I like the horses. They're
He
good.
then stumbles forward, falls off the ledge, does like half of a backflip, and lands neck first on the boulder. And you hear a huge crunch as it lands.
Ouch.
So that guy's gone, but there's loads
Is
more.
he dead?
He's not moving for the minute.
Oh shit.
He's just asleep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's just asleep.
Put some more. And this goes along as well. This is literally just 3 carriages of a profession of 6. Okay, Dusty, it's your turn. Let's go down here.
Can I fit through the window as well? Yeah, I would assume so.
Well, I'm
through
quite
the window
small.
Flynn went through. You're in a different part of the carriage, but you are, you are kind of like slumped on your neck upside down here, so you need to like roll over and right yourself. There's very much like a twister situation happening here.
It's okay,
where
I'm very
you've
dexterous.
all been very mixed up. So I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics or an athletics check to kind of drag
Dusty-
yourself out of this
Dusty
wreckage.
dexterity
I'm
expert.
gonna go. They're both the same, so I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Okay, so you managed to wiggle up and pull yourself out through the door of the carriage that has been like knocked off. You've used half your movement as you kind of pull yourself out of the carriage. I'm going to put you here.
Ah. Okay. I'll reflex Hideous Laughter as soon as I see it.
Okay, who are you targeting?
Oh, the one closest to me. Oh, 30 feet. Is that in range?
No, it's actually not. Neither
Okay.
of them are.
Are these sloped up, by the way?
They're
Or
pretty
what?
sheer. They're pretty sheer. Yeah, 40 feet up.
Oh, okay, shit. I'll cast Shield of Faith myself.
Okay. Any action? Want to take here?
I'll ready an attack. Just a melee attack.
Okay. Kieran.
Well, I know I'm not fitting out of any window.
Gosh.
Can I, like, I don't know, like, what situation is Kieran in at the moment?
Kieran is kind of just like flat face down underneath half of Keo, so you've got a lot of weight on top of you.
So can I, like, push him off?
Kieran's kind of at the bottom of the pile.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
make
like
an athletics check.
probably after you. So I mean, I could move.
It's a case of like this is like who's coming around first from the dazed state that you're in, you know? Who got like knocked around the most? Who's yeah.
Well, I'll just try to, like, wiggle out from under him.
Sure. Make a roll. Make a athletics roll. Oh yeah, easy. You basically just like shove upwards, like press up style, lift his whole weight, and like elbow crawl out through the doorway. Yeah, I'll call that half your movement. You're here.
And then I guess I'll hold a melee attack in case something approaches. Yeah.
Sure.
And yeah. Can I see the guy in front of me, I guess?
Oh, the guy down?
Yeah.
I'll say you probably do, but you can't get to him.
Right. I can't get to him, but I could. How far is he?
You see him. He's like, it looks like he's using a boulder as a pillow, but the way he's landed on it looks like it wasn't intentional and something's broken.
Is he in range of Hunter's Mark? Is my question basically.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, then I'll mark him.
Okay, cool. You do still have half your movement. So
Yeah, but I don't think I want to leave the carriage until everybody's
makes
like.
sense for sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Keo, it's your turn. You're
All right,
facing the roof of the carriage. You just got like shunted upwards as Kieran's pulled themselves out.
Okay, I pull myself out as well, I suppose.
Yeah, you're gonna need to widen the door frame here because it's been squished shut.
What material
the-
is the roof made out of?
Wood. Well, it's not the roof. It's the roof is underneath you.
Oh, it's completely
floor
upside
is
down. I
on-
thought it was on its side.
Yeah, no, it's on its roof. Yours is the one in front of you is on its side.
Okay. What if I just try to... Try to just kick it open a bit.
Go for it. You just make a weapon attack. You know.
Alright.
See if you can like smash like a hole for yourself.
Oh, but first of all, I rage.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Fucking assholes flipping my cart.
Sure. Yeah. Using like pretty much most of your movement, you can smash open like a little hole for yourself to pull yourself through. I'm gonna say that you managed to pull yourself to about here. Like you literally have to to get through, like on one knee, put your back into the top of the cart, and you actually have to lift it up a little bit to get out. But you managed to get out.
Okay.
It's up
Cool,
here.
Asmo.
Okay.
Oh, that's my whole turn. All right. Oh yeah, of course. We can make an
Yeah,
attack.
that's your action and your movement. And your bonus action to rage. So
yeah.
yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Could I? So the door. Someone has opened the door, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I would like to go on my pillow and then go out. Can I do that?
There's really not enough room to mount up your pillow here, and you.
Well, I
need
take my
to...
pillow, I guess, and then get out myself.
Sure. Make a. If you want to follow after Kyo, Kyo's kind of in the gap there, though. That's the problem.
Well,
He's
you know
made.
what? I'll make it easy. Because there's. So I'll do Misty Step as a bonus action. So I can
Okay,
just
cool.
get
Where
out.
do you want to put yourself?
Next to Kieran.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I can see. So next.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you've got your full movement and an action.
Okay. Can I get on my pillow now, or?
Yeah, you can hop up onto your pillow.
Yeah. I want to go up, and get as close as I can to 60 range in all of them. Because they're high, so that's why I'm going